It annoys me how only just now, after the Fine Brothers have done something that affects creators very directly, that people get up in arms about how terrible they are. The Fine Brothers have always been scumbags.
Dinner at McDonald's is Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight.
I'm advancing too far too fast. I notice flaws in the audio already in this video, but I'm glad it's only noticeable when I use headphones. In any event, I have very limited time. We're talking about something very current. I gotta go to bed. Let's talk about what this is. Long and short of it, TLDR version, the Fine Brothers tried to copyright the word react for the purpose of YouTube videos. The ramifications, of course, being that not only copycats, but basically anyone trying to react to stuff, which is cancerous to begin with, but popularized by the Fine Brothers in the first place, would have to go through them and, of course, give them money. They released an update with some clarification. It is now deleted. Basically what they've done is they have seen the fallout and they have retreated like complete babies and deleted all evidence. They have dropped the trademark attempt and they have ceased to work on the new website that was proposed. Their new website has been canceled. So, back in the day, I watched these guys when they were brand new, when it was just Kids React. I watched, like, you know, their first few videos. I watched up to a point. I think the point where I stopped was when I watched, like, Kids React to My Little Pony or something like that. And there was this really annoying Asian kid, and I tried to make a comment about how he was uninformed and really kind of an idiot and kind of annoying. But anyway, I tried to make the comment and of course it was censored. They have you submit your comments for approval and they have to manually approve them. Anyone who does that is basically engaging in filtering. They're trying to silence all dissent, and apparently, according to Loxton, one of my influences, they censor dissent across the board. Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. So, of course, I'm very much against censorship. And that brings me to the first point of the main point of this video, which is why the Fine Brothers have always been a-holes. Alright. Our first point, they don't support freedom of speech. This is very much illustrated by their recent attempt. And it's also illustrated by their silencing of dissent. If you don't let people make negative comments about your video, you're best off not allowing comments at all. It's one thing if you delete profanity and such, but the point is that freedom of speech is incredibly important in any medium, and censoring comments is not acceptable. Censorship in general is not acceptable. Their censorship goes so far that they even censored themselves, incidentally. The next most obvious thing is that their videos are cancerous. I mean, they're just stupid. They're stupid and annoying, and the ramifications of them having their channel is we have all these idiots reacting to stuff and getting paid millions of dollars for it. Oh boy. Well, not always millions of dollars, but you get the idea. It's just cancerous and annoying, and their videos in particular just have these quirks that are really irritating. But it's kind of hard to pinpoint that, and your mileage may vary. So we're going to move on to some other points, and then we're going to be done here. They've always been smarmy and obnoxious. That's evident if you ever see them. Of course they're greedy. You'd know that if you paid attention previously. They're really just like in it for the money, big time. They're disingenuous. You can tell they don't mean anything they say when they're talking. They're just terrible. And they've always been that way. It's not just now. So it's irritating that people are only starting to realize this like right now. I hated them before it was cool. My final point is that they started off with the Kids React thing, and Kids React went on to show kids some stuff they really shouldn't see. Some things are arguably inappropriate. Some topics are biased and overly political. Oh yeah, That one that was the last one I ever watched was probably one of those overly political ones. I remember watching something like kids react to the death of Bin Laden. And I think it was that stupid little Asian kid who was like, well, I'm not going to be happy because somebody died. Whatever, kid. Did he die really? There's actually no proof. But I'm not going to get into conspiracy theories on a video about the Fine brothers. Anyway, they exploit these children too. And they exploit not just children, but everyone that makes them tons of money. I'm sure they don't get paid enough for what they do here. I'm sure that the Fine brothers pocket almost all the money. But yeah, they just exploit the kids and the elders and all those people for the views and for the money. And then finally, they're biased. If you note some of that political garbage, they've got a real left-wing slant. And that's really not uncommon in media. It's actually pretty darn common, but it's worth mentioning, and it's annoying, especially if you lean right. Which reminds me, the Iowa caucuses should be showing some results now, so I need to go look that up. Remember to support your favorite YouTube creators by clicking ads on guys you like. And don't use AdBlock, or else you're an a-hole too. I'm halfway through my current main video project, and you should see that pretty soon. Sometime this week, most likely. I have also finally acquisitioned a video capture card, and so my video game content is going to be a lot more varied and a lot more interesting, and it should be really good. So feel free to hit subscribe if you want to, if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you next time. Bye.